It is the second day of the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops here in Baltimore, and tonight one former priest is calling for the church to be criminally investigated. WJZ is live downtown. Paul Gessler with his call for action. Paul?
And there was more action taken by the Catholic bishops at Harbor East. They are meeting for their spring assembly here at the Marriott Harbor East. And they have been met with several protests like this one, an ongoing press conference by a survivor network of those abused by priests. Catholic bishops and cardinals meet in Baltimore amid another sex scandal that broke last year in Pennsylvania, where a grand jury report charged 300 priests with more than 1,000 sexual assaults on children over 50 years.
Can we give you one of our flyers?
Wednesday afternoon, calls for reform outside, including a group headed by a former priest. He's calling on the Attorney General to open a federal investigation into the church's sexual abuse cover-ups and financial practices.
They're just corrupt to the core. And they're now going to argue today about reporting crimes. They still want to police themselves.
Just last week, Baltimore's Archbishop acknowledged a mistake in not revealing $7,500 in gifts he received from then West Virginia Bishop Michael Bransfield. After a Washington Post report surfaced, Bransfield spent church money on chartered flights, $182,000 on fresh flowers, and $1,000 a month on liquor.
It is a mess, and it is not stopping.
Bransfield is also accused of sexually harassing young priests, in some cases inappropriately touching them.
This is a very, very criminal organization in many, many ways, especially in the ranks of the hierarchy.
Wednesday evening, bishops voted to authorize the third-party system for reporting allegations of abuse.
If you need to call the civil authorities, call the civil authorities. You need to call the Metropolitan with a concern, call the Metropolitan. The third-party system will be another way that you can do that.
We are live again here at Harbor East, where right now you're looking at protests continuing outside the Marriott from survivors of church sexual abuse, where 7 survivors are currently sharing their stories. Many bishops have been invited. None of them showed up. Many of them are out at dinner right now. Hear more from these survivors coming up on WJZ News at 11. For now, we're reporting live at Harbor East. Paul Gessler for WJZ.